first and foremost, welcome, man. I want to welcome you to Carolina Vintage, Cali Lena Vintage.
I had a hard time saying it too. He was trying to tell me what it was. I'm like Cali and Carolina, all right.
It's a little mix of both put two and two together. But I appreciate you for coming up here and spending some time with us today, man.
You already know.
Before we start, I know you brought some pleasantries.
Oh yeah, I definitely brought a little bit of a TU.
For y'all that don't know, I go by the name Stephen the Dream, voice of the Carolinas. I represent This, That, and the Third interview series. Also represent the Carolinas real heavy. And in situations like this and times like this, it calls for drastic measures. It calls for times to really step into character instead of stepping out of character and really step up for the culture and do what you do. And this is a situation where we got a influencer, where we got a voice, where we got a person that's willing to take their time and provide a platform for other people, not just through music, but also through teaching others that hard work pay off, teaching others that if you put in the work and you make your connections, when it's your time, all things are coming into place. And right now we got a chance to be a part of a project. Some would say, a masterpiece of Carolina artists brought together. Great songs, great music, and no other than the one and only John Goddy himself was able to put it together.
Yes, sir.
In the John Goddy series, Volume 1, dropping June 17th. We here right now to give y'all the ins and outs. My boy, I appreciate you for the drink. I appreciate you for pouring my troubles for me, too. Just enough.
That's going to get you lit. All right.
Sure. Take a slope.
Stephen the Dream, voice of the Carolinas.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, man?
Well, I would say a lot. And I would say, just judging by what you're doing, I'm motivated because Racketeer Records is a thing. But I don't want to start there. I don't want to get the people, what's going on right now. We got plenty of time for that. I want the people to figure out who John Goddy is, because first time I saw you, I think I knew what you was about, but in reality, I couldn't get the full concept, because some might just say you were a worker or a street person, but they didn't really understand what you was setting seeds for in the reality. Take me back to who you are, where you from. Who is John Goddy? Is John Goddy, you know what I'm saying, you through and through? Is that your name? Give me the reality. Who are you?
My real name is Godwin. They call me Goddy for short. Goddy. And I took the John from obviously the real John Gotti, the mobster, the Italian mobster, the head of the Gambino family. So my alias, especially my industry alias, is John Gotti.
Right.
Anybody asks, you let them know that's my name.
It's John Gotti.
But shit, man, from the east side of Charlotte. Born and raised Charlotte. Come from a Nigerian background. My parents, both of my parents born and raised in Nigeria. And I've been a fan of music all my life. That's where this shit really started from, for real.
Yeah.
When I think about this label shit, when I think about all this Charlotte, Carolina shit, all this shit stemmed from the love of music.
That Nigerian background, that's music, and that's a whole nother music in itself, a whole nother culture in itself. Was that heavily in the family, and is that, like you said, the music that you was maybe even hearing that could influence just even the beats and the sounds?
Yeah. For sure. Be honest with you, my pops was the one that really put us on all this music shit, the Nigerian music and American music. Pops came to America like 1981 type shit. He was a DJ actually in Nigeria. My dad was a DJ, dang. And that's really where all this shit stemmed from.
So he was already he got the real Coming to America story,
for real. Like 21 years old, came over here. Type of shit. Like I said, he had all the, Nigeria got their own sound. We got a whole sound over there. All that shit is straight.
Right.
Drums and rhythm and feel good shit. But like I said, Pops came over here. It expanded past Nigerian music. That shit turned into like American music too. I'm talking about like we call all that night, like even before the 90s. Michael Jackson CDs and shit in the house.
Right.
Michael Jackson Moonwalker DVD in the house, shit like that. So we been hip to music, whether it was African and American, like been hip to music. That started all this shit.
Give me like, did you ever, because you're not an artist, you know what I'm saying, but was that ever a hunger or ever a thought like early on getting into it, because you had that love? And I remember as a kid, I wrote my first rap at like 10 or whatever, and but in reality I know that's not really what I wanted to do. But maybe you might have had them aspirations early on, because you know, you might have saw it and then pivoted. Was that something for you, or what did you think you was gonna do since you loved it so much, or you didn't even think you was gonna work in it?
I think everybody that loved music growing up, man, had some kind of they first rhyme moment. Cause I definitely had. I remember me having like a little composition notebook
Yeah,
where I wrote shit out, a little like shit here and there. This like back in like early 2000s. So this is like every one of your bars ended with like, now somebody scream.
right, right,
That
or
type of shit.
or it hit sit.
Right.
You trying to get it because you think you on to something.
The only thing you hearing back then is a little Bow Wow nigga, little Romeo. You seen these little niggas on TV like, hold on now, these are kids. Exactly, I can do the same shit. Oh God.
No.
So like it wasn't, but in actual reality, on some serious shit, it never was like a real thought for real. I always had them thoughts in my mind like, we hear so much damn music, you be thinking like, you know how that shit go. You know what it takes to make good music.
Right.
So you be thinking sometimes like you be wanting to challenge yourself, like put it out there, just jump out there and make something to see what it sounds like. But I never got into it for real.
I'm gonna probably make you think with this question here a little bit, but
What's up, man?
early in life, like we all go through different stuff. I believe so. I'm sure everybody's gone through something in their life that was a experience or a situation. Is there anything like early in life that you know molded you or shaped you to know that you could? Cause the traditional, like what we're doing traditionally isn't a job. There's no like go to school, do this, and then you'll become this in reality for what we do. Did anything happen early on to make you think, nah, I'm not gonna be like doing the regular smuggler thing as somebody else? Cause I knew it. Something happened for me when I just knew like I just didn't like being told to do by the teacher when I already had the right situation. How I knew that you was better than me, or how I know you had the right answers. Anything to you? Anything? You know what I'm saying? Just put that in your mindset.
Not to go into too much specifics, but you know, situation where I left school, I left the college track and whatnot, and that right there kind of showed me like, bro, there might be more to it in this life shit besides just going to school and doing a regular way. Cause you gotta understand, we all came from, my whole family came from like college graduates and shit like that.
I was gonna ask that. Are you used to a traditional route?
Yeah.
Like
They wanted us to be on that traditional, go to school, you know what I'm saying, graduate, or go to high school, graduate, go to college, graduate, and do whatever. Doctors, lawyers. So I want to be an attorney my whole life. One day in the foresight of my life, I'm gonna be an attorney one day.
that's still there.
It's still there. A defense attorney, Johnny Cochran type
There you
shit. I
go.
know hella shit about the law, all that shit. Just as much as I can manage the motherfuckers, as much as I can be somebody's attorney.
All right.
Swear to God. But yeah, left school and saw that shit was more. It was more to it out there than just the traditional route. And almost at that same like time period, within the same month or two, I fell all the way in love with the idea of not just music but the industry.
All right.
And that shit made me literally say, I want to be involved with this shit.
Yeah.
I had enough in me where I said I can be a part of this shit.
If so, you know, you would answer my question. If it wasn't music, you know, you said you'd be an attorney. But what is it that like drives you to do what you do? Is it like family? Is it you want to prove something to somebody there? Is it yourself? Like what keeps you going every day? Because people got different motives for different things. And to do what you're doing or do what you've done, to start a label, Racketeer Records, to have that isn't easy. It take motivation. So what pushed you to even continue to move forward to get to this point?
I think what it was the motivating factors in my life, the people that I look up to, all the things that I've either saw, read. I look at the people like Kobe Bryant. You know what I'm saying, with that Mamba mentality, you know, where he basically says that your best isn't good enough. You got to go harder than that type shit. People like Kobe, I look up to. You know, people like Denzel Washington. You know, I'm real big on like music and movies and things of that nature. So like, I take the characters from there, whether it's actors or whether it's athletes or whatever. I try to apply their greatness to mine, and also, you know, I do like to prove people wrong. You know, it's people in my life that I definitely want to show like, yeah, like I found a way. You know, including my family. You know, You know, I got the support for what I got going on now. But I want to really show them like y'all not in the wrong for supporting me, or that I'm gonna prove y'all right, basically. You
And
know
that be it for me too, man. Cause I know like my family they'll hear about me before they see it and feel it. Like they gotta hear everybody saying or seeing like this and that, and then they like, oh, well, I heard somebody told me this and that. But it's like that motivation is itself, but it's also you wanna provide and show them like this could change our lives. And music, do you think music has saved your life in a way? Has it changed your life in a way? What has music really done to impact you?
It's gave me more of a purpose. It's gave me more of a purpose, something to live for.
Think
I'm
so.
being honest. I literally turned from being a fan to being a player in this shit. I feel like I have a role and a place to get to. I have an impact to make. I got a legacy to leave. It's just deeper than just some fan shit. You know, that's why everything I've been doing, and everything I've been doing since I started doing this shit like 6 years ago, everything has been like stepping stone. Like, all right, started with this, graduate to this, graduate to this, graduate to this. I mean, so definitely feel like this is my calling card. Everybody I know, knowing people like you, being in the same room with you, bro, is motivation. And I tell you this all the time. You're a motivator of mine. You know, we're not artists. We some niggas in the city that ain't artists, but motherfuckers know us. They know our names.
Absolutely.
They know we be in certain rooms. They know we be around certain people and shit like that. So, you know what I'm saying? Even being around people like you, bro, is motivation to me. It shows that this is my purpose. I'm walking my purpose in life. I'm a strong believer in God. God don't do nothing by accident. Everything is His will. You know, even the things that you don't understand, He'll do. You'll be like, damn, I didn't know this is where I was supposed to be at. I ain't know. I wouldn't have known this like 2 years ago.
Right.
So for sure.
Take music away when you don't have to do this, even if you want to do this. What does John Gotti do for fun? Are you a sports fan? Is there something that you know what I'm saying? Are you a writer? Is there something that maybe you do that just is not away from this? Because people have asked me that question, and I sit there and I'm like, well, nah, I just pretty much do this. Like I kind of like doing this. Like this is enjoyable. Like no, this is fun. And then sometimes I go here, but I'm working. But I go. No, so what is it for you? Because I think that's a thing maybe people don't see or recognize. Like how deep you can be in it to where you might get lost in the sauce, but you do got to find those things that you do or that you enjoy. Like what is it for you, maybe?
First and foremost, these days I'm a father.
There you go.
So I love being a father to my son. You know, he has an idea what daddy got going on, but he's still too young to really know. So you know, as long as I can be the best father to him, this music shit can stop today.
Right.
As long as that kid grows up to be the best person he can be, I made it still, regardless. I'm a big sports fan. To speak on that.
What's your team?
Fan, actually. You know, my boys in the NBA Finals right now. We got 2 more wins until the NBA champions. We got a very formidable opponent in Golden State. I think I'm a sports analyst too sometimes.
Was John Gotti a gambler?
John Gotti's not a gambler.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
not a gambler.
Oh,
I'm not a gambler. I'm a real deal like sports analyst, and I'm a fan. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I know it all when it comes to football and basketball, but I ain't no gambler though.
Okay.
I got homies that's gamblers. They always trying to gamble me for I just be like, bro.
I didn't know because I want to be able to transition later into the John Gotti story and just what your correlation and relation. I know the name, comes easy, but in reality, like I know you've seen the ties or just the way you, even today, how we're correlating the interview, like dressed to the nine, dressed teed up.
The real John Gotti.
The real John Gotti. You know what I'm saying? But right now, this, that, and the third interview series. Let's do this. Let's go take a walk. Let's go get a drink.
Let's go do that.
We'll be back.
Let's do it.